Yo, it's your host with the most, your brother, the MOSHOW Chicago, and we are back again this time on a fantastic Friday with some DOJ news. That's right, the former Proud Boys, Enrique Tarrio, is facing 33 years in prison. The sentence, if imposed, would be by far the longest punishment that has been handed down in the massive prosecution of the riots on January 6, 2021. Oath Keepers founder Stuart Rose, who was convicted of seditious conspiracy in a separate case, has received the longest sentence date, 18 years. Enrique Tarrio, allegedly have said to have conspired one of the most serious cases to emerge from the attack on the U.S. Capitol, which is what? Sedition conspiracy. Tarrio, who once served as the national chairman of the far-right extremist group, and 3 lieutenants were convicted by a Washington jury in May of conspiring to block the transfer of presidential power in the hopes of keeping Donald Trump in the White House after the Republican president lost the 2020 election. Tarrio, who was not at the Capitol riot itself, was a top target of what has become the largest Justice Department investigation in American history. He led the neo-fascist group known for street fights with left-wing activists when Trump infamously told the Proud Boys to stand back and stand by during his first debate with Democrat Joe Biden. During the month-long trial, prosecutors argued that the Proud Boys viewed themselves as foot soldiers fighting for Trump as the Republicans spread lies that Democrats stole the election from him and were prepared to go to war to keep their preferred leader in power. They unleashed a force on the Capitol that was calculated to exert their political will on elected officials by force and to undo the results of a Democratic election. Prosecutors wrote in their filing Thursday, the foot soldiers of the right aim to keep their leader in power. They failed. They are not heroes. They are criminals. I would agree. Let me get a bunch of black people or anybody. I don't care if they Chinese, Japanese, Puerto Ricans, Mexicans. Let me get a band of people and we march on the White House and let's see what happens to us. So yes, he is a criminal. Anybody who invades the state capital, the nation's capital, is a criminal. Wouldn't that say that there is going to be civil unrest in this country until something is done about the bureaucracy and injustices that takes place in this country? Even white people are tired. And Enrique, he's not even a white person. What do you think? Do you think Enrique Tarrio is a criminal? Prosecutors are also asking for a 33-year sentence for one of Tarrio's co-defendants, Joseph Biggs of Ormond Beach, Florida, as self-described Proud Boy organizer. They are asking the judge to impose a 30-year prison term for Zachary Rail, who was the president of the Proud Boys chapter in Philadelphia, 27 years in prison for Ethan Norden of Auburn, Washington, who was a Proud Boys chapter president, and 20 years for Dominic Pizzola, a Proud Boy member from Rochester, New York. Pizzola was acquitted of seditious conspiracy, but convicted of other serious charges. Tarrio wasn't in Washington on January 6 because he had been arrested 2 days earlier in a separate case and ordered out of the capital city, but prosecutors allege he organized and directed the attack by the Proud Boys who stormed the Capitol that day. However, his defense attorney argued that there was no conspiracy and no plan to attack the Capitol and sought to portray the Proud Boys as an unorganized drinking club whose members' participation in the riot was a spontaneous act fueled by Trump's election rage. Tarrio's lawyers tried to argue that Trump was the one to blame for exhorting a crowd outside the White House to fight like hell. Hell, what do you think? Because I myself, Trump, from my standpoint, should take some of that blame too. He told them to be there. He told them to stand by. Yeah. He told them to stand back and stand by. What does that tell you? That means they were under the order of Donald Trump and Enrique Tarrio. Despite the fact that he wasn't there, what's the word they use? Guilty by association. And seeing that you are the leader, just as Larry Hoover was once the leader of the GDs, and all of those crimes that was done by little GDs, he had to take that weight, get that time, RICO charges, gang member charges, gang chief charges. The same should happen to Enrique Tarrio. I'm just saying. And Donald Trump, well, you see where they got him tied up right now. He just got convicted of some crimes in Georgia. It's not looking good for Trump, and it's not looking good for Enrique Tarrio. I'm just thinking. I wonder if Trump sponsored Enrique Tarrio's defense team. I wonder that. What do you think? Do you think that Enrique Tarrio should get 33 years? Or do you think he should get life in prison? Do you think he should get no time? Leave your comments in the comment section. Just think, if that was you who was leading a riot anywhere, what would happen to you? It's your brother, the THEMOSHOW where knowledge is power. It is your third eye that makes you shine like jewelry. And if you haven't done so already, press the subscribe button below. Hit the notification bell so that you can get all the new videos that I upload on YouTube. Also, press those consonants, the like and the share. Share the information with relatives, friends, co-workers, anyone that you come into contact with. It is a magnificent way to jumpstart your conversation on how not to be like Enrique Tarrio and facing 33 years for storming the Capitol. Peace out.
Gotta overcome fit. This nigga just wide on call me a bitch. I'm the killer shot nobody can get. Some other motherfuckers with the verses I hit. Mess with SOB, you get your wig split. Shorty OD with the rawest click. As unspeakable when nigga trigger lit. Wanna pull the trigger, but instead I bring it quick. Hit a ridiculous in the midst with the beat. Showing up on the turn the challenge, it ain't sweet. Ripping up rough, running on the back deep. When you flowing against me, I will try to explode in your chest. Leaving bullet holes for crowds, bullet holes in the toes in the neck. For the rules that are told from the death. Ain't no soul in my chest. The devil has already taken over. Was left from the darkest to hardest. Giving off a charge. Murdering niggas with only God knows what. The 12 gauge pump in the trunk, nigga what? Niggas getting bucked with the fuck. I be killing motherfuckers with my own lethal weapon. And now motherfucker millimeters with the weapon. Giving no suggestions, steady representing for the hitters every time. Ripping up the skies to the shot, left them guessing. I told you I'm ready, don't catch it. You hope with the deadly. I'm a steady demonstrator.